Oh, we've actually got one. You come in, mate. I'll put you in the margins. Oh, here we go. Oh, thank God for that. First one of the year, that is the tough one. Just goes to show you how amazing zigs can be. Never mind this time of the year, you know, the next 2 months is prime zig time. Good morning and welcome to it's getting brighter, but a fairly miserable Brasenose 2. It's the middle of January, everywhere recently since that big old frost we had a few weeks back has been fishing terrible. I'm not gonna lie, I have been struggling really, really bad. Come on, go. All the way. He's a beautiful coloured fish actually. Hey. Well, here he is. My first fish of 2026 at £31 and 6 ounces. And Brasenose 2 can be that water in the winter. 4-foot zig munching big old common. Right, my variation of the zig rig. Well, here he is. Second 30 of the trip at £32. I did not expect that. I was halfway through cooking a lovely Thai curry. There he goes. Absolutely mega day. Did not expect it one little bit. An eventful night. A couple of extra fish to add to the tally, including a real nice mirror of £31. So I'm going to smash this coffee and get on the very short move next door and reposition rods into areas where I hope they are. Yeah. Yeah, them fish have definitely moved well left. That was even left of where I was casting last night, that left-hand rod was. Yep, another one. This is silly. What is going on? Oh. Welcome to part 2 here at Brasenose 2 at Linear Fisheries. Part 1 was incredible on the zigs. 9 or 10 fish, 4 30s, a really active day of catching carp in January. But I can't help but think there's a very good chance here of a real big un. And I really do believe in my heart of hearts that the big uns are going to get caught on the deck. And this one here is on a zig. I've not had a chance to switch round yet onto the bottom, but the next hour or so I'm going to get the solid bag bucket out and we're going to get ourselves on the deck, and like I said, see if we can get even luckier than what we have already. Bit of weed just there, but steady pressure, keep that rod nice and high, keep the fish moving, and that's it. It's just kited away from it now. It's so important when things start going tight on you to keep that pressure on and keep the fish moving. Once they're bogged down, they're very hard to get moving again, especially with zigs. You can't give them as much as you would or can on the bottom, but thankfully this one is back out in open water. This fish is an absolute maniac. Went on about a 50-yard run and tried doing me around my tree here. Thankfully I got the better of it, but that was very hit and miss there. A good one by the looks of it now. It's not a bad fish. Chunky one. Another one nailed. Look at that. Good girl. I am looking forward to getting on the bottom now and seeing what the rest of the trip has for us. The old zigs, they are lethal. The solid bags have been deployed. Will the big gamble pay off? You know, this is a big gamble this, because I'm doing very, very well on the zigs, but like I said, them big uns, they get caught off the deck. So we've gone with the old faithful solid bags on this approach. No bait as of yet, just single solids and orange hook baits. We've got one on a slow sinking bit of imitation corn, one on a little 10mm mainline dumbbell wafter. Normal sort of stuff, 18 pound supernatural, size 6 cranks, quite big leads. We've got a horrible crosswind at the minute, so I've got 4-ounce square leads on. And the important mix, I've actually gone with just a bland coarse pellet. It's a mainline SK2 mainline match pellet. Low oil, very visual, stands out very, very well. And with that, I've added, you know, a good sort of 50 or 60 maggots. And before casting out, I've also added a little squirt of Scopex goo. Now, I've always done really, really well over here with Scopex goo in conjunction with the solid bag. So they're out there, they're in the same zones that I caught the fish on the zigs. So yeah, I'm very intrigued to see what happens. We've still got one in the net there from that zig capture a little while ago. So the rods are out, take a look at this fish, and hopefully one of them big ones will jump on the end of the old solid bag. This one going, he's a bit bigger than what I thought. 27.2. Well, here he is, the last of the zig captures. Lovely mirror of just over 27 pounds. Now, the solid bags are out there. I really am praying this isn't a payoff, because, you know, January sessions like this don't come around often, and I'm coming off the going tactic to having a little investigation if we can get a bigger one on the zigs. Well, we've had a fantastic trip anyway. We've had 430s, we cannot complain, but I don't want to get to the end of the session and think, I wonder what would have happened if we put the bags out. So they're out there, but what a lovely way to finish part one off, get into part two with a lovely 27 pounder. Now, when is the best time to start thinking about venturing out at this time of the year? Because January and February, yes, it can be tricky, but if the weather's against you, it can make things even harder work. So picking your time, if possible. I know we've all got families and work commitments and stuff, but if you can pick your time, it is absolutely key. Try and steer away from them cold winds. Them easterlies and northerlies make fishing hard work, and along that, high pressure. You know, if it starts peaking at 1,030, that coupled with cold winds, not a lot of wind and blue skies, honestly, it can, even like a session like we've had here, you know, you can go from catching several a day to one if you're lucky. So picking them time slots, if you can, is absolutely key. And you know, it's January, February, it's a tricky old time of the year, and like I said, you want things in your favour. So pay close attention to what the weather's doing, not only at the start of your session, but throughout your session also. We've got a bite on the solid bag. I'm absolutely buzzing about this. I love it when a little plan comes together. It doesn't feel the biggest fish in the world at the minute, but hopefully we can nick 3 or 4 more. I'm sure a big one will turn up. But while I'm playing this one in, I thought I'd run you through 3 or 4 little tips off the top of my head so you get the best out of winter fishing. And number one's easy, you know, it's picking the right venue at this time of the year. You need a lake that's got good winter form. Not all lakes do have that. You know, some lakes can be very, very tricky, depending on the makeup of the lake. Some of them are really deep, some of them really shallow. So it's finding that lake that's got good winter form, and you want a lake that's got a good stock of carp. You know, a lot of the data kit lakes, Linear, Norton, Farlows, Bluebell, they've all got a really, really good head of carp. And so that's definitely tip number one, picking the venue. Tip number 2, as you've seen, you know, singles this time of the year, it's the key. You don't need bait. You know, single zigs, single solid bags, single little hinges in the right area if you're on the fish, will all catch carp. Bait can be your best mate, it can be your worst enemy this time of the year, and a lot of people, you know, oh my God, that's not actually a too bad fish. A lot of people want to go fishing, getting the spod rod out, working the swim, and I love it as well. But we're here to catch carp, and honestly, if you can get yourself on them and get zigs, get bags in front of them, there's a very good chance 1 or 2 will slip up, as you've seen during this session. And This one's taken a little bit of my concentration now because it's a little bit bigger than what I first thought, which is a touch. But tip number 3, just keep warm. You know, I've got my bivvy out of the wind. I've got nice warm clothes on, keeping my feet nice and warm and dry. And just so you can enjoy the session as well, because it's not always like this. You know, there's a lot of periods where you're going to be sitting there looking for fish, looking for opportunities. And if you're cold, you're wet, you've got your bivvy in the wind, you're not going to enjoy it. And before you know it, you're thinking to yourself, is this even worth it? And probably looking to go home. So yeah, try and make things as comfortable as possible. Do not forget your milk for your cups of teas and your coffees. And yeah, most importantly, get out, give it a go, work off your gut feel. If it looks good for it, give it a few hours in that swim with a single zig, single solid bag. And you never know, you might even have one of these little red letter sessions like I'm experiencing now. What one was this on? You an orange wafter victim or the imitation corn? I can't quite tell. No, I think he's a dumbbell. There he is. Come on, girl. There he is. Yep, he's an orange dumbbell. Oh, yeah, that's quality. Like I said earlier on, I love it when a little plan comes together, you know. I love my zig fishing, but you can't beat getting them off the bottom. You can't beat getting them over bait, but you know, it's still very, very, very early into the year. The water temperatures are absolutely freezing. And if I started putting bait out now, never mind this crosswind, I honestly think I'd make it even more hard work than it needs to be. And a single solid bag in the right place, I cannot tell you how many carp that's caught me over the years. Now, as you've seen, I've not even got the marker rod out this session. You know, the start of the session was all on the zigs. You know, it's a pub chuck to the middle of the pond, isn't it? You know, you don't need spots and stuff for zigs. And obviously we changed over to solid bags, and at this time of the year, the weed is not bad enough, you know, to me thinking that I'm not presented. And again, I've just been, you know, class it as a pub chuck, but it isn't, you know. I know where they've been holding up because I've been catching them in that area, and all I've got to do is get my solids, all my zigs back in that area. So I've not messed around, leading about, you know, I'm literally, like I said, just firing solid bags and zigs into that zone. And it's very zonal this time of the year, you know. They're going to be all bundled up together somewhere, maybe 2 or 3 pods sometimes, maybe one big shoal. And if you can get your solids, your zigs, whatever, your hinges in that area, you stand yourself a very good chance. But if you start leading around doing dozens of casts trying to find that money spot as such, you know, there's a very good chance you're to push them fish off. You're not going to get your opportunity. So yeah, during this session, not a single bare lead's gone out there. It's all been zigs and solid bags, and yeah, I've been presented every time and caught on most casts as well. So yeah, you haven't got to mess around a lot this time of the year, just making sure you're getting yourself in them zones. Well, this is a first. I just recast that right hand rod that I had that bite there on, but in this wind it went a little bit left than where I wanted it to go. I wouldn't say it was over my left hand rod, but it was very, very close to it. So I thought, well, no worries, I'll sink the line, and I'll reposition the left hand rod a little bit further out. So I put the left hand rod on the floor, put the right hand rod on the left hand rod's rest, went to pick up the left hand rod that was on the floor, fish on. I've never had that happen before. But yeah, that was probably literally 5 seconds away from getting reeled in, and instead of reeling in a bare lead, we're reeling in a fish. And that's 2 casts on the solid bags, and they've both now gone. Absolutely buzzing. I think it's over it, that's good. That is incredible. I wouldn't say it's a 10-pounder. Good. They are a sucker for orange. Get in that net. Oh, I love January. Look who we've caught. Oh, One Eye. I reckon you'd have had a chance of this one, Ash. But yeah, what a character, eh? And on the solid bag as well. I must admit, I put them rods out and I was sitting there thinking, is this the right choice to be doing? You know, we've had such a mega trip on the zigs, but there you go. We managed to slip up one eye. Is it the hardest one to catch or the easiest one to catch? I'm not too sure, but we'll take him either way. And we have got a slightly bigger one as well to get photographs with. So yeah, the solid bags, just like the zigs, working beautifully. Good, mate. That way, lead me up. He knows his way, look. Well, there he is, the slightly bigger one, victim number 2 on the old solid bags. Just over 29 pounds. So they're slowly getting bigger. We're still on the hunt for that real big one. And I'm fairly sure there's a very good chance here. You know, we've got a good sort of 28, 30 hours at this. So fingers crossed one slips up. But yeah, the rods are back out there. And while I've got the other rods set up, I will run you through the solid bag rig. I'm sure you've seen it a few times now, but it's always good to touch up on the fundamentals. Let's get this one back. I'll show you what it's all about.